All right, welcome to the Notion AI presentation. We're going to talk about features, how Notion is going to help you and your teams be more productive, creative, and also apply some automations in your workspace. Why this presentation? To explain what Notion AI is, how it works, and why it matters. We'll also look at its strengths, weaknesses, future potential, and possible risks. You'll learn how it changes the way we work and saves us time. What is Notion AI? Notion AI is a connected workspace that helps you write, plan, organize, and manage work all in one place. It includes a built-in assistant that helps you write faster, think better, and work smarter. Think of it like a digital notebook, task manager, and a smart teammate, all in one place. Notion is like a set of smart boxes. Each box can hold notes, tasks, tables, and other boxes. Notes like a notebook, tasks like a to-do list, tables like spreadsheets, other boxes basically like folders inside folders. You can keep nesting boxes inside each other like Russian dolls to stay organized. Let's talk about blocks. Basically, everything you see in Notion is made of blocks. Blocks are the things you put in a box. Blocks are like sticky notes, papers, or items you drop into a box. Let me share some examples. So text basically is a block. It's like writing on a piece of paper. Heading is a block, like titles on the front of the paper. Divider is a block, like drawing a line between sections. Images are blocks, like taping a photo to the paper, and of course, lists. I'm going to demo all of this after this presentation, but I'm just going to quickly tell you more about features and sections and different spaces basically in Notion so you'll understand it better. Databases. Databases are like small labeled boxes. They're like labeled boxes with many organized items inside. You can label each item with tags, dates, checkboxes, and sort or filter them. Here are some examples. We have different views for different databases. Based off the work we do, we can pick the type of views we want for our databases. So we have views, like logbook or spreadsheet inside your box. We have board views, like on a wall divided into columns. We have calendar views, all calendar with sticky notes for tasks. We have gallery view of cards or flashcards. And of course, we have list view, like a project plan drawn on a timeline strip. Think of each page we create in Notion as a new box. So every Notion page is a box, and you can put notes, tasks, tables, even more pages, more boxes inside. That's how you build complex system, just like stacking and nesting organized boxes. So you can put as many pages or blocks inside a Notion page. And again, in the demo part, I'm going to show you how it works. Notion AI. What is Notion AI? Notion AI is your assistant who works inside the box. Imagine someone sitting inside the box, ready to help. It's like having ChatGPT at your hand all the time. It's like having Google somewhere on your phone or as your friend, basically. When you're doing a task or writing something, you can literally ask that assistant how I can improve it, how I can translate it, how I can go to a browser or go to ChatGPT to ask for help. Notion AI on that page. So here are some of your notes, like a helpful friend reading and summarizing. It can generate ideas, like brainstorming with someone. It can rewrite or translate, like a language tutor fixing your draft. And it can create action items, like a manager telling you what needs doing next. So let's talk about the main functions of Notion. Notion allows you to write full pages, outlines, emails, and blog posts, organize tasks, calendars, and projects, summarize long pages or meetings, translate text into other languages, fix grammar and spelling, brainstorm ideas and solutions, Pull out key tasks from messy notes. Ask questions across all your pages. These are all the main functions of Notion AI. And here's what you can do with Notion AI. When you type /AI, you get this pop-up window that gives you different options. Again, I'm going to demo it shortly. And it gives you some options. Then you can pick the option that you like, and then it's going to help you with specific tasks. So you can add databases, boards, calendars. Use Ask AI to search your whole workspace. It's like having, again, ChatGPT or Google set up in your dashboard. So you don't have to just go manually and find information. It just finds it for you. Autofill tasks, drafts, or summaries. Use templates to build faster. Generate next steps from messy notes. When we have different meetings and we write down ideas, or sometimes we forget meeting. So this is a great option that it allows you to generate next steps when you have some scattered notes across your Notion dashboard or workspace. You can connect Notion and integrate it with other platforms. And these are some of the most popular ones. It connects well with Slack, Google Drive, Zoom, Figma, GitHub, Zapier, and Make, mainly for automations, calendar and email tools, web clipper, browser extension. So for example, with Slack, you can tell Notion you or your team a message, or you can connect it to Google. You can add additional tasks, because if you want to use Notion AI, the free version is kind of limited, but even if you don't have the paid version, you could use Zapier and Make to create more advanced automations, and calendar and email tools, and again, web clipper, browser, and extensions. So people use Notion for different things, and the most popular ones are to journal daily, to plan your week, basically, to track habits. If you want to lose weight, if you want to read a book, finish a movie, or hit the gym, that's a great option Notion for. You could use learning notes. People normally take notes when they want to learn a new skill, or they're watching online tutorials. It's a great way to keep track of your learnings. And of course, you can organize your life inside Notion. And of course, companies use Notion to write SOPs, document meetings, create sales proposals, build courses, plan and track projects, and of course, manage content calendars. It's very popular among marketing agencies and content creation agencies. They use Notion to generate ideas, assign tasks to video editors, content creators, and of course, share meeting notes and the next steps with their team. So you can use it for writing proposals. Before, people had to copy and paste old templates and rewrite everything. But right now, if you're using Notion AI, you can write a custom proposal with just a few prompts, literally just like ChatGPT. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel and then build everything from scratch, which is a plus. It's quite useful for keeping meeting notes. People would take notes manually, organize them later, and lots of information would get lost. But right now, using Notion AI, you can use transcripts or notes and let Notion AI highlight the important parts and summarize it and keep it all in one database or in one dashboard. And with Notion's search functionality, you can find them quickly. You can add tags and search based off dates or different tags or categories or whatever that works for your organization. And of course, it can rewrite or translate before. So imagine you're working with different organizations, or you want to send a proposal in different languages, or meeting notes to other members of their team in different languages, or just rewrite a big chunk of text. Before, it was really difficult, but now it's much easier. And of course, for brainstorming and coming up with new ideas, you can just ask AI for 10 ideas and get started faster. So without Notion AI, A project manager manually writes meeting notes, summarizes action points, updates tasks, updates task statuses in the project data, all requiring significant time and repetitive effort. Write and plan using many tools, research and organize manually, spend more time switching apps, work feels messy and slow. So it was painful. If you're not using Notion AI, there's more work to be done and things are a bit messy and slow. But if you use Notion AI, the AI automatic summaries with action items, autofills task statuses based on updates, suggests project timeline adjustment, and even composes follow-up emails. This accelerates, ensures up-to-date, well-organized information across the team with minimal manual input. Everything is in one place, smart drafts and summaries, less tool switching, and of course it's quicker decisions and more focused results. So Notion AI makes it easier to think, plan, write, and work. It's perfect for solo users and full teams, helps organize everything in one place, saves time and helps you move faster, and best results come when you know how to use it well. The last sentence is really important because when people get started with Notion and Notion AI, it could be a bit intimidating, but once they know, they have a simple understanding of how it works, it makes it much easier and simpler to run your business inside Notion AI, or just be more productive and creative. So now that we know what Notion and Notion AI is, I'm going to quickly show you some of the features and how it works basically. This is a new page in Notion. When you create a new page, this is what you see. There's top section where you can add icon, add cover, verify, and also add comment. You can add icons where these are different icons. You can pick the ones that you want. Let's just put Notion here. And then you can also add a cover on top. You can change the cover. It's linked to Unsplash. You can upload your own cover or put a link here, so and it will show up here. So I'm just gonna search for a white background, for example, and then as you can see, it shows up. Or you can just remove it. And then this is your page title. I'm going to call it Notion AI. And as I said, if you use /, it shows all the basic blocks and everything you can drop within these pages. And there's a Notion AI section. If you click on Notion AI, it shows you all the Notion AI features. So I'm just going to go back and use the basic blocks, and let's just put a heading. This is a presentation, and I'm going to use a smaller one, smaller heading 2. This is a presentation, so you get the idea. This is a presentation. Yeah. And so there are like more options. You can add bulleted list, a numbered list, to-do list, toggle list, add more pages, add a call out, quote, tables, dividers, and also links to pages. And you can use also the shortcuts for like 3 dashes. It's going to put a divider here. And when you can see these dots here on the left side, these are all blocks, as I said before. So you can add as many pages as you want inside Notion. So this is another page. This is another page. Let's put another page inside this page. This is one more page. So basically you're adding pages within pages, and you can add as many as you want. And again, these are blocks. You can move them anywhere you want, and you can create columns as well. If I put C here, I can create 2 columns. If I put 3 here, it can create 3 columns, 4 columns, 5 columns. So I'm just going to show you what I can do with columns. Let's say I'm going to put this in 1 column, and I'm going to put this in another column. So now these two are next to each other because they're different sizes. As you can see, that the level is different. But if I duplicate this, there are 2 columns, and then I can move these columns basically. And there are more options here. We have to-do list, simple to-do list, task 1, enter, task 2, enter, task 3. So it creates a simple to-do list, bulleted list, task 1, task 2, task 3, and what else we have? You can put call out, so you can put all these tasks inside a call out like this. And you can create tables, simple tables. With title here. X, Y, Z. And then this is a simple table. You can add rows and columns as well. And also you have the divider here. So you can create as many dividers as you want. And whenever you click on any of these blocks, it gives you these options to duplicate, to move them to a page, or just delete them. And yeah, so it's very simple to use. So I'm going to quickly show you some of the AI features to wrap things up. So let's create a new page. So let's try the AI feature. I'm going to put / and then find AI here. And let's pick one. You can draft anything, draft an outline, make a table, make a flowchart, write anything, brainstorm ideas. Let's use the brainstorm idea. I'm going to say write 10 blog post headlines about productivity. And then it's thinking, and it works like ChatGPT basically. It shows you like 10 blog post idea, and then you can keep them, discard them, or cancel them, or generate new ideas. So now just by pressing just the button, it generated all these 10 blog post headlines about productivity. And if I like them, I'm just going to use them. If not, I'm just going to generate again. And this face icon here is basically the Notion AI button. You can click on it and it will help you find what you need. So you can summarize this page. You can find action items. You can translate this page. Let's translate this page to, let's translate to Japanese, for example. Just click on it. Now it's written in Japanese, which is awesome. Well, I don't know Japanese, but it's probably done a great job. So now we are back to English. So let's just summarize this page with AI. So it's thinking, it's summarizing this page, and it's telling me what this page is about. This page contains a list of 10 blog post headlines related to productivity. The headline cover various productivity topics, including blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's also another feature. I'm gonna find another feature and see what else we could do with this. Draft an email. This is a good option. What's the email about? email a client of mine about reviewing one of the Notion dashboards that I delivered last week. I would like to know her feedback so I can wrap up the project. Okay. Her name is Sarah, for example. Then I'm going to enter. So it's going to write the email, subject, quick check-in on your Notion dashboard, feedback needed. Hey, Sarah, I hope this email finds you well. I'm just reaching out regarding the Notion dashboard I delivered to you last week. I wanted to check in and see if you had a chance to explore the dashboard yet. Any initial thoughts or feedback you might have would be incredibly helpful at this stage. If there are any tweaks or adjustments needed, I would love to address that. You can see it put my name here as well, and it saves a lot of time. So now this is the AI feature. I'm going to quickly show you what databases are and basically how you can create one. So you can create a database here by finding the database option, and you can pick one of the views here, but we're just going to use a database inline, and then you can create a database. You can select different option, different property basically by clicking on this plus button. And let's say I'm gonna create a simple database, and this is the title. Let's say I'm gonna add a phone number. I'm gonna add files and folders or media. I'm gonna add URL, and I'm gonna add a person. And this way you can create databases, and you can create different views and layouts for this database by selecting these. So let's say we want to keep this table here. We're going to add another view. I'm going to add a board next to it. So you can just call it board, or you can give it another name. You can change the icons, whatever you want. Let's create another one, a calendar view. And also you can use automations here as well. So you have to pay again for the automations because it's not free anymore. It used to give you one option, like to link it to Slack, but now it's, as you can see, it's a paid feature. And yeah, this is a database. You can create one and automate some tasks like sending messages, sending emails, or use AI to find items in these databases. So okay, now that we know what Notion AI is and what Notion is basically, I'm going to show you some use cases and examples for personal use and enterprise use. This is Life OS, something I built for myself and also share with clients. So it's a personal productivity system to keep track of your daily tasks, things you want to track, like your goals, your habits, good habits, bad habits, and also a simple section and tab on the right side to know where your workstation is. If you have any ideas, you can dump them in the brain dump section. A safe box for all the passwords, a wall of quotes basically for all the quotes that I like, and daily journaling, finances, body and mind for my fitness stuff. And there's also a weather widget here, and also a quote by David Goggins, and my calendar, which is linked to Notion. So I'm going to quickly show you how this dashboard works. Every day when I have a new task, I just click on this new task, which is part of a database. It populates this page. The date is set to today, and I can add tasks. So let's say, for example, I'm going to write here, read. I'm going to click send email, watch a movie, whatever. And these are all blocks. As you can see, I can move them. As explained in the previous video, everything is a block. This divider is a block. This callout is a block. This embed option is a block. So everything is a block. I can move things the way I want. I'm going to move this to the bottom, to the middle, and I can move things around. It's like Lego blocks. And yeah, so this is a simple system to keep track of your tasks. And by adding an archive option, a checkbox to this page, I can just archive it, and next day I can create a new task. So this is a simple productivity system. And again, there's another database with different views. So like this is a different view. This is for finding the important tasks every day. Basically, this is a different view, and this is another view, and this is again another view. So as you can see, I can switch between all these different views. This is a timeline view, this is a list, this is a table view, and this is a Kanban view. So if I want to know what view I'm looking at, I can click on this. This is a board view basically. So it shows me all these different views. If I click on details and go to options, it's going to show me the table view. So these are different views. I'm going to quickly show you how you can make a database basically. And then again, these are toggles. So again, you can see these are all blocks. I can move them up and down and make them look nice and clean. And yeah, so this is a productivity system that people could use it for personal activities or tracking their habits, or even it could be used for businesses. And also I added like 2 images. Like images are also type of blocks, so I can move them here and change the size, or move them to the bottom. As you can see now, it expands and the size changes. So that's one type of Notion dashboard, and one type of. Okay, so here's another example of a Notion workspace. This is mainly designed for businesses, and I deliver to a business. So I'm just gonna quickly show you what it does and why it's designed this way. So basically, the client asked me to build the dashboard for all her projects, her tasks, and some tools that she wanted to use daily. And also, she requested a finance hub. She's a coach. She teaches other entrepreneurs how to run a business, and she wanted one clean, simple setup to run her business. So she requested this area, basically the main dashboard. Why she needed this? Because she wanted one simple space to see all her tasks, and there are different view options here. So everything is filtered by project status, project priority, her clients, today's tasks, task status, and assignee. So imagine emailing someone like to ask all about these things, like, hey, who is doing what, or what's the latest on this task. By having this option and having this dashboard, she could simply switch between these database views, and this saves her a lot of time. And of course the project pipeline. This is another database, and the deadline tracker, so she could keep track of all her meetings and appointments. And to tell you how this dashboard is built, basically for each section, I have designed a separate database in the backend. And you can see there are tasks, clients, projects. And then when you go to the main dashboard, all these databases are linked together with relations and rollups, which are some advanced features of Notion. And whenever you add new task, you can assign it to a client or an assistant or to one of your staff. And or whenever you add a new client in your dashboard, you can write tasks under their names, and or the same with projects. So I'm going to quickly show you like how I can create a new client. This is an automation. When I click a button, it asks me what I want to add, if I want to add a new client. So I say yes, and then I need to fill out this section, and I'm gonna create a new client. And then as you can see, there are like different sections that I need to fill out. And you can see tasks here, invoices here, projects here. So all these sections are different databases, and it's going to be different for a different person. So you will be able to keep track of your projects, your tasks, and your invoices all in one place. So because this is the main task and project section on my dashboard, if I create this John Smith client page in my database, and I assign, and I just put a task here, let's say book a discovery call, and create that. So now I just create a task under John Smith name, and then so the status of this basically client or the project is, it could be onboarding or in progress. I can change it here, and I can add an invoice or create an invoice for it, or I can create a project for this person. I could say like web design. Okay, now we're creating a new web design project. As you can see, as soon as I created web design, it just popped here. So now this person, this client of mine, knows that she needs to deliver web design project for, can move these tasks to different stages without having to go back to these pages. And I can change the project priority. So right now, as you can see, it doesn't show up here, because if I go here, I can see the priority is not set here. So I can see now there's a priority here. And if I want to add project priority, you can see now it showed up here, web design. So this is one way businesses can use advanced Notion workspaces to be able to save time and also save money. Because one of my clients mentioned that every day they need to have a sync call with all her staff to figure out what they need to do, which is time consuming and costing them a lot of money. And of course, there's CRM section, which is common amongst all these businesses. You can create different sections for your CRM, for prospect, lead, negotiation stage, closed won, and closed lost, and of course different views for different databases. You can always create that, and works like an app, and it's very simple to use. And again, for finances, you can have invoices, finances, again, automated button. When I click on new income, This is already selected, so I don't have to select it. And if I go to finances here, I can create a new page, new transaction date, amount, let's say $300. So, and type, if it's income, it shows 300, basically it's a plus. If it's expense, it's going to be a negative. So when I add another income here, as you can see, the sum is 100 because one is expense and one is income. So it calculates the whole amount, which is also another feature of Notion. So this is more like an advanced Notion workspace. And I'm going to quickly show you the client dashboard. So each client could have their own specific dashboard. This is great for businesses because they can share this with their clients, and if they're sharing like important metrics like KPIs and stuff like that, their clients could go in this section and see their growth stats or even their tasks. For example, you can see the John Smith shows up here. I can tell the database to show me only the client that I want. You can see there are different clients. I just want to see John Smith, and only if I have like 20 clients, John Smith page is gonna show up here. So this is more an advanced case, and by creating these types of pages, you can remove and reduce repetitive work. For example, you could create frequently asked or guides. So whenever you work with someone, or testimonial section, you don't have to copy and paste it. You just build it once and share it as many times as you want with your clients. And of course, you can create buttons for each task or client or project or your meetings, and it's gonna create a new page inside these databases.